Welcome to Hanging Out with Robert, that's me. This video contains things that I tinker with throughout the day. For step-by-step detailed instructions of those tasks, you can click on the links in the comment section below. I plan on leaving this video accessible for about 30 days. After that, you can view it through my Patreon account. This video also has tips and tricks that I've learned over the years. So, thank you very much for watching. Kicking off the day. Posted a video, now I'm on my walk. Just happened to glance at a couple of cars I'm walking by. It's like half of these cars have these clubs in them. Man, cars coming up missing. Big problem in Albuquerque. I'm still just shocked that they keep bringing Dee Dee's back, but we got a club on hers now. She should be good to go. Finishing up my 3.125 mile walk, contemplating the great question, should I or should I not? I guess maybe I should, or maybe I shouldn't. You know, they got this COVID test out. You can take the test. If it says you have it, we can all assume you have it. If it says you don't have it, you still might have it. Why don't we just go with I have it? Here we are, folks, back at it. You guys forgot to tell me I needed to get the axles in before I connected that control arm. Anyway, disconnected the control arm, put the axles in both sides, tightened up and hooked up the anti-sway bar links, tightened up the outer tie rod ends, so the suspension is done. The axle end up there. And get some light on this. The axle end on this side. Now it's time to go up and hook up the throttle body and get the fan installed. I'm going to go ahead and set the tires up here and kind of start the lug nuts, but before I do, the IPD anti-sway bars, the newer ones, have two holes. This is the standard hole for standard stiffness. This is the hole for firmer or track resistance, as they call it. So we got it nice and tight. And here's my red kit from Snap, K24 style. So I need to figure out if I'm using the NA throttle body or the turbo throttle body. I believe I'm doing the NA throttle body. I got the gasket, the NA throttle body, the 960 plate, all that stuff. So let me look at these connections and see which one will plug up to the NA throttle body. Bam, there it is. Let me clean this throttle body up so I can get this installed. Getting these screws out are tough. They have a bunch of gunk in them. I normally use this, grip it on the edges of them, break them loose. Then I dig out what I can, and then I use my T15 to screw them out. But they're kind of a pain because of all the stuff in the threads of them. Anyway, got it out. I'm going to take this plate out, clean this throttle body up, and put the 960 plate in there. When you putting that 960 throttle plate in there, right before you tighten those screws as tight as you can, hold that thing up to the light and make sure that thing is centered, so you don't get it off center and it'll be binding and stuff. And make sure it flows, open and closes smoothly, and then tighten those down. You could put Loctite on them if you want, but it's really not that important. Make sure the screws are real tight. Got a nice throttle body gasket for it. This one's a little on the thick side. I think I got it from IPD. Those are the numbers on it. At any rate, heck, I've had that thing almost 2 years. Put it on there in the right orientation, snug the screws down. Got the throttle body on, got the throttle position switch plugged in, got the idle air control valve plugged in. I'm gonna check my instructions to verify my green wire connection here. over to this coil wire. So from what I've heard, I'm gonna unplug this coil wire and plug the green wire into this third pin. The first pin is occupied, second pin's empty, third pin will be the green wire, fourth pin will be open. And I have a plug that I got from a S70 headlight harness that I'm gonna use for the male adapter of that. Not sure if I told you guys this. I cannot find the instructions that came with the tune with the coilover plug. I did have somebody tell me that this green wire goes over here to this coil. So I'm gonna pull it over here, wire it in this coil. Now my instructions that I had for my tune on Panther doesn't have coilover plug instructions. So I am in a little bit of a different spot here. So let me go ahead, wire this up, and then hook up my stuff for my PCV, my turbo, add my fluids, get my fan in, and get this car started. Jeez Louise. That is the wire I'm looking for. Let me see which way this plugs in. I'm pretty sure I'm looking for this green wire, which is sitting there. I'm gonna wire that up to this green wire and plug that into this coil wire, and I should be good to go. Nope, when I plug the plug in, this third wire is blue. So I'm gonna hook this green wire up to this blue wire in this harness and go from there. We're going to do the 850 P80 fan mod, same for the 98 S&V 70s. The fan sits in there like this, sticks out that far. And what we want to do is mount the fan inside here so that it doesn't stick out that far. So we're going to unscrew these 4 T25s. We're going to trim some of the fan shroud housing off so that it drops inside here this way, and then screw it in from the back side. And then in the meantime, I'm gonna clean out this gunk out of here. So let me go ahead, unscrew that, trim it, put it back together. This the top I cut off with a plastic cutting tool. You want to be careful you don't cut the fan. If you cut the fan, it'll be out of balance, then it won't roll right. So just want to cut the housing like I did there, and then I did the same on the bottom. So now I'm gonna see if it fits in here the way I want it to, so I can screw it in. And there you have it. I cut that chunk off there, about a 1/2 inch from that piece and that piece. Cut it over, cut the bottom of this rod. Did the same on the top. I probably should have went over a little bit more with that, because that's a little tight, but hey, it falls in there, you know. So you don't have to get all of it out, but you want to get some of it out so it can fall in there. Now I'm gonna put the 4 screws in. I had to take those clips off that was holding things, so that's how much clearance I'm gonna have with the fan now. I went from there where it sticks out. I probably gained about an inch, inch and a half of space inside the engine where I can reach under and get things to here. So let me screw that in there, get the clips in, drop this fan in place, and hook it up. I have all 4 screws in. They stick out a little bit on this side, so be careful you don't snag yourself or something on there. But the big thing is, be careful you don't cut your fan blade, because you don't want your fan out of balance. So let me go install this and keep going. With the fan assembly in place, this is too close to my intercooler, so my intercooler probably should have been a 1/4 inch higher. I'm not going to be able to get that pipe on, so I'm going to cut some of this out so that I can get that intercooler pipe on. Got the fan in. This is supposed to touch this. This intercooler from Snap has pushed the fan shroud out about 1 inch. So man, I needed that inch modification on that fan. I think I'm gonna loosen these bolts just a little bit, see if this intercooler assembly will pivot in or pivot the top pivot out, because it just seems like it's on an angle pivoting toward the firewall. Maybe that's it, I don't know. I gotta mess around with that, figure it out a little bit tomorrow, but I'm out of time today. Wow, I got here so late. I didn't get started till 2. I only had 3 hours of work on it. It's 5 o'clock, time to shut this down. So tomorrow, I don't think anything will stop me from getting here by 9:30, 10 o'clock. Put the rip kit on, put the air box in, put the battery in, put the fluids in, put my hood latch on. Should be able to start this thing tomorrow. I don't think I promised it today. That's a good thing, because I didn't get it done. So, I got this mount bracket up here to get in. And then we're going to service the air conditioner before I take it out of here. So, let me get everything packed in here so I can close this down. If you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.